Lust is a dangerous force that often begins subtly. Just a glance, just a thought, or just one step in the wrong direction. Before you even realize it, it consumes your mind, heart, and soul. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warned us clearly, "I have not left behind a trial more harmful to men than the temptation of women." This is not about blaming women, but about recognizing that desires are one of Shaytan's strongest weapons to mislead us. Before we continue, it's crucial to clarify that when we speak of being chosen, it doesn't mean only special individuals are selected by Allah, leaving others behind. In Islam, the concept of being chosen isn't exclusive to specific individuals, except for the prophets who were directly chosen by Allah. For the rest of us, anyone can become beloved to Allah. The key to becoming special in His sight is clear. It's taqwa, righteousness, sincerity, and protecting your heart from harmful desires. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Hujurat 49:13, "Indeed, the most honorable among you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous among you." This means being chosen isn't about looks, status, or popularity, but about your closeness to Allah through your actions and sincerity. With this in mind, let's deeply explore the 5 painful prices that lust and uncontrolled desires can cost you, no matter who you are. Understanding these will make it clear why taqwa and self-control are essential for anyone seeking Allah's love and protection. Number 1. Lust weakens the heart and soul. Lust isn't just a physical desire, it's a disease that eats away at the heart. It starts small, a harmless thought, a quick glance, a little curiosity. But over time, it grows, spreads, and takes control. Before you realize it, your mind becomes restless, your prayers feel empty, and your connection with Allah weakens. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warned, "When a believer commits a sin, a black dot appears on his heart. If he repents, it is removed, but if he continues, the blackness spreads until it covers his entire heart." Lust is one of those sins that slowly darkens the heart, leaving it confused and distant from Allah. The worst part is that you start feeling empty. No matter how much you chase desires, you lose the sweetness of iman, faith. Your du'as feel weaker, your salah feels robotic, and guilt slowly fades. Why? Because lust disconnects you from what truly nourishes your soul, your relationship with Allah. Allah warns in the Quran, Surah Sad 38:26, "Do not follow your desires, for they will lead you away from the path of Allah." This is why so many people today feel lost, anxious, and disconnected from their faith. They think fulfilling desires will bring happiness, but instead, it leaves them feeling emptier than before. The longer lust takes over, the harder it becomes to feel that deep connection with Allah. So protect your heart before it's too late, because once lust takes root, the price is always greater than what you thought you'd pay. Number 2, lust destroys self-control and discipline. One of the biggest illusions of lust is that it makes you feel in control. You think, it's just a little desire, I can stop anytime. It's just one glance. It doesn't mean anything. I'll just entertain it for now, but I'll change later. But the truth is, lust controls you more than you control it. The moment you give in, even slightly, your self-discipline weakens. You start breaking your own rules, losing control over your thoughts, your time, and eventually your actions. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "A wise person is the one who controls himself and prepares for the hereafter, and the fool is the one who follows his desires and still hopes for Jannah." Lust tricks you into believing you can have both the pleasures of sin and the reward of Jannah. But in reality, the more you follow desires, the harder it becomes to control yourself. Your focus disappears, your time gets wasted, and your willpower weakens. You start falling into more sins easily, and lust never satisfies. It only makes you crave more, dragging you deeper into a cycle of temptation, regret, and spiritual weakness. Allah warns in the Quran, Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:23. Have you seen the one who takes his desires as his God? This is what happens when lust takes over. It becomes an addiction, controlling your mind, actions, and eventually your entire life. So ask yourself, are you controlling your desires or are your desires controlling you? Because once lust weakens your self-discipline, the price you pay is losing control over your own soul. Number 3, lust destroys real love and relationships. In today's world, lust is often sold as love. Movies, music, and social media push the idea that strong attraction means true love. But in reality, lust and love are not the same. Lust is temporary, selfish, and impatient, while love is pure, lasting, and built on sincerity. The more a person chases lust, the harder it becomes for them to experience true love. They become addicted to temporary excitement, never satisfied with one person. They treat relationships like entertainment, staying only as long as it benefits them. They lose the ability to commit because they always want something new. Many marriages fall apart today because one or both partners are blinded by lust. They compare their spouse to unrealistic expectations, seeking perfection that doesn't exist. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "A woman is married for 4 things: her wealth, her lineage, her beauty, and her faith. Choose the one with faith, and you will be successful." True love isn't found in attraction alone. It's found in faith, sincerity, and patience. Yet, lust teaches people to chase excitement instead of commitment, to objectify others instead of respecting them, and to seek constant pleasure instead of true emotional connection. This is why so many relationships feel empty, broken, and short-lived. Allah warns in the Quran, Surah Al-Isra 17:32, "Do not go near adultery, for it is an outrage and an evil path." Lust-based relationships never bring peace. They only bring regret, pain, and disappointment. If a person allows lust to take over, they might get temporary pleasure, but the price they pay is losing the ability to experience real, lasting love. Number 4, lust leads to regret and guilt that never goes away. Lust promises pleasure, but what does it leave behind? Guilt, regret, and a heavy feeling inside that never truly fades. The reality is, lust only feels good in the moment. Once that moment passes, what's left is the guilt of knowing you crossed a line, the regret of betraying your own values, and the fear of how far it might take you next time. The most painful part is that you can never go back and undo what's been done. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, warned, "Shame and modesty are from faith, but shamelessness leads to destruction." In today's world, shame is disappearing. People normalize sins and call them just fun. They mock those who stay pure, calling them too strict, and ignore their guilt, convincing themselves it's not a big deal. But deep inside, that guilt doesn't leave. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Ali Imran 3:135, "And those who, when they commit a sin or wrong themselves, remember Allah and seek forgiveness. And who can forgive sins except Allah?" This is the difference between a believer and someone lost in desire. A believer feels guilt and turns back to Allah, but a lost soul ignores guilt until their heart becomes numb. That's the most dangerous price of all, because when guilt disappears, the path to destruction begins. So, before lust tricks you into believing there's no harm in just one more time, ask yourself, is this moment of pleasure worth a lifetime of regret? Number 5, lust blinds you from your true purpose in life. Lust doesn't just steal your time, it steals your purpose. You were created for something greater. Allah didn't place you on this earth just to chase desires. But that's exactly what lust does. It distracts you, consumes you, and makes you forget why you're really here. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned, "What I fear most for my ummah are the desires of their bellies and their private parts, and misguidance after guidance." Lust is designed to make you forget everything else. Think about it. How many people waste years chasing temporary pleasures, only to realize too late that they have nothing real to show for it? How many miss their prayers, lose their peace, and destroy their focus just because they couldn't control their desires? How many think they have time to fix things later, but later never comes? Allah warns in the Quran, Surah Al-Jathiyah 45:23, "Have you seen the one who follows his desires as his God? So Allah leaves him to his misguidance despite his knowledge." The moment lust takes over, your heart becomes blind. You stop thinking about the akhirah, you stop valuing your time, and you stop living for Allah, instead living for your desires. The most painful part is that you lose yourself. You wake up one day and realize you're not the person you used to be. Your iman feels weak, your heart feels distant from Allah, and your purpose feels unclear. That's the biggest price of all, because no desire is worth losing yourself and your connection with Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, lust is not just a desire. It's a test. Every test comes with two paths. The easy path, where you follow desires without thinking of the consequences, and the harder path, where you resist temptation, control your soul, and stay strong for the sake of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "Jannah is surrounded by hardships, and hellfire is surrounded by desires." The road to Jannah isn't meant to be easy, but every time you lower your gaze, control your thoughts, and walk away from temptation, you are choosing Allah over your desires. That choice will never go unnoticed. Allah reminds us in the Quran, Surah An-Nazi'at 79:40-41. "And as for those who feared standing before their Lord and restrained themselves from desires, then Jannah will be their home." So, ask yourself, are you controlling your desires, or are they controlling you? Are you chasing temporary pleasure, or are you working for eternal happiness? Because in the end, no moment of lust is worth losing Allah's love. Make this simple dua today. Ya Allah, protect my heart from desires that distance me from you. Strengthen my soul, purify my mind, and make me among those who resist temptation for your sake. If this message touched your heart, comment below, Ya Allah, protect me from desires that lead me away from you. Your words might inspire someone else to fight their own battles. And don't forget, liking and subscribing costs nothing, but it helps spread reminders that bring us all closer to Allah. May Allah grant us strength, guide our hearts, and bless us with a life that leads to Jannah. Ameen.